So, obviously, if this does make it to the president's desk, he will 100% sign it. And speaking of the president, Joe Biden himself, he said in a speech yesterday, or quote, whatever you want to take it as, when guns are the number one killer of children in America.
All right.
Now, that is a direct quote from the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Is it even higher than abortion?
But we'll get into that. That got me thinking. I was like, there is no way that guns are the number one killer of children in America. So, I took about 3 hours last night.
That's a lot of research. 3 hours.
And I did some very, very, very heart-wrenching and depressing research.
Right.
And I put together a list of things that kill more children on a yearly basis in America than firearms.
All right. Let's see what they are.
Let's see what they are. Okay. Now, I'm not... I started off, numbering them because I actually had numbers, but then it got to the point where I was just like, I don't even want to do that.
Okay.
But I do have some specific numbers on specific things.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's not going to be everything. Just so we're on the same page.
All right.
So, what did you say the number one thing was?
Abortion?
Abortion. Now, also, I am going to lump miscarriage in with this.
Okay.
If we're actually going to touch on this, if we're actually going to say that yes, abortion.
Okay.
But you have to lump miscarriage on there because obviously at that point in time you're thinking it's a child.
Well,
correct? Am I correct in that assessment? And obviously, if you haven't gone back and watched our Roe v. Wade, discussion from a couple weeks back, do yourself a favor and go watch that. You will see that we have very differing opinions on that particular issue.
Okay.
So, lumping together miscarriage and abortion.
Okay.
Did you know, that according to statistics, that accounts for 12% of child death in America?
All right. 12%.
12%. That's one of the few numbers that I'm going to throw out there.
That's a pretty good chunk.
But number one killer of kids in America, firearms.
Okay.
According to the President of the United States.
According to the President.
I got hairy legs.
So, did you look at the wording on whether or not? Because when I didn't look it up. I didn't look quite as hard, but I did notice the wording on these statistics that were being presented were not from killing or murder or any of that. The wording exactly was injury.
As far as the statistics.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about deaths.
Okay, you're talking about just deaths.
And also, another clarification is this is a study, actually a sample of 5 different studies that I found looking into the numbers of 18 and younger. Actually, younger than 18.
Okay.
So 17 and 364 days and younger.
Another curious thing would be to find out where these deaths are occurring in majority, because I would assume...
Actually, oddly enough, one of the places that, or one of these sites that I did pulled research from,
right,
listed the top state where these particular death types was the highest.
I'm going to assume it's either California, Illinois, or New York.
Actually, oddly enough, I saw Rhode Island a lot.
Rhode Island, really?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Jeez, I didn't. I mean,
Hawaii and Rhode Island.
is this per capita per person, or is it just numbers, raw numbers?
These are just raw numbers.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how I, assess the information.
So Rhode Island seems like a pretty dangerous place
For children.
For a small
For children.
For such a small section.
For anyone who is younger than the age of 17 years and 364 days.
All right, stay out of Rhode Island, youngsters.
There you go. You heard it here first. So anyway, that was the first one, and obviously we spoke on the phone last night. The general concept, was we were going to do a list of the top 100 things that.
I never expected you to get 100.
Actually, I did find one with 100 on it.
Okay.
But I at some point in time, I broke. I had to stop. I'm like, okay, this is just too much for me. So, anyway. What's another thing?
Well, before we go, one more thing.
Okay.
I would also assume that along with these gun crime, these shootings, that there are other crimes that are being committed in the process, and we all know right now crime is up. Crime is sky high, and that definitely has something to do with the defund the police push. And the ongoing issues we have with drugs.
Okay, that's fair, but that has nothing to do with guns being the number one killer of children in America.
I understand, but these numbers are they're going up. The numbers that they are stating that injuries caused by handguns that I was saying went along with the same pathway as crime rising. So that has nothing to do with the gun itself. It has something to do with the people, and you're not getting to the bottom of the issue to start with.
We will get into that.
Okay. All right.
Getting ahead of yourself.
All right.
Getting ahead of the game.
Woo!
He's getting amped up. Okay. Yes, you touched on this. Guess what kills more children in America every year, more so than firearms?
Drugs.
Overdose. Overdose kills more people, more children in America every single year,
right,
than firearms. You heard it here first. I mean, drugs are a problem, obviously.
Right. Yes.
So, I mean, let's not downplay that particular situation. What to do about them? I don't know. I still think that all drugs should be legal.
Legalize and control them.
I'm fine with that.
It's your best bet. We have a huge problem, and if we're not going to stop it at the border, there's only one other way to do it.
Yeah, and then, it's regulated, and you know what you're getting when you make a purchase, we'll say.
Right, and there might be directions on them telling you how to use them so that you don't overdose on them.
I mean, that's fair.
Less likely, at least.
Less likely, sure. I mean, how many people die from DUIs all the time?
Right.
Which is very strange, because more children in America every year die from car accidents than firearms.
Yep. And that's not just children. That's the population. That's the entire population. Cars are more dangerous than guns.
Cars kill more children
and people
every year in America than firearms. Shocker.
No, I'm not shocked at all.
An interesting caveat to that is more children every year are killed via DUI than firearms.
And that's separate from just a random car accident, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? On top of that, that is, underage teens getting drunk and getting behind the wheel.
Yes. I mean,
more of that happens on a yearly basis than children dying from firearms. Are you
Those kind of
starting
things
to
happen all the time.
understand the asinine statement that the leader of the free world has made?
I mean, his middle name is Asinine. His name is Joe Asinine Biden.
Joe Asinine Biden. That should be his next campaign poster. Might actually get more hits or retweets or I don't fucking know.